What was the best marriage, relationship advice you have ever received? I'm one of those people that absolutely suck at knowing what to say when trying to comfort someone, and I'll always wind up saying something that just makes it worse. I think the best relationship advice I have ever received is that you don't have to always verbally comfort them, and you can still let them know you care by just being there, holding their hand, or just sitting with them while they're sad. This has saved me from saying the wrong thing so many times. Not me, but my mom. When she and my dad were on their second separation, she was out with her best friend and was venting about all the problems in the marriage and all the things she wanted him to change. Her friend asked her, "What are you willing to change about yourself?" It made my mother think about how she negatively affected the marriage too, and realize that if she wanted him to change things about himself, she needed to be willing to change things about herself and meet him halfway. They've been back together for over 25 years and have been going strong. That's a good friend. This indicates that their mother is also a great person. I know way too many people who are so self-absorbed that when confronted with "what can you do," they shut down, or claim that they are fine how they are. To quote a cliche that we used to tell the troubled kids I used to work with, "Can you change the world? No. Can you change the country? No. Can you change the city? No. Can you change your family? No. What can you change? Do the small things. Can I show you this thing I made? Want to walk the dog with me quickly?" Just small stuff like that. I read somewhere that your willingness to do those things can determine a lot of your marriage. Sometimes I definitely don't want to get off the couch and help my wife with something, but I know she really appreciates it when I do. It helps her feel loved and appreciated in ways that you just can't when it's only the big things. Big things build the structure, little things fill in the gaps. This is something I have learned. There are definitely times when my husband is taking a long time to tell a story or telling me about a game or movie and I don't want to listen. I want to get on with making dinner, or playing my own game, or just sit on my couch and do nothing. But I always try to listen, because it matters to him. It pays off when he forgets details of his interests when talking to others and I'm able to fill it in for him. He knows I'm listening. I can free up some brain space to make sure he knows I care. I do still forget a lot of what he tells me, but that's because I have an itty memory. It's not because I'm not trying. Don't do anything that will make the other person's day more difficult. Simple, but still the best advice I've ever received. Miss ya, Gramps. This is a thing I try really hard to do. And when I find my partner has done something to make my day easier without having to be asked, planned dinner, taken out the trash, whatever, it really delights me. The whole idea that people express and interpret love differently. I have very vocal and physically affectionate, where my husband shows he loves me by doing things for me, like the dishes and grocery shopping, things that need to get done and I don't really enjoy doing. It is sometimes very difficult for me to remember that he is doing those things, because he loves me and not because it's his job, and also to remember when to make sure to do those things for him so he really feels like I love him too. He has also had to learn to be more vocally and physically affectionate, which is a huge change for him, because his family hardly hugged or said "I love you" and almost never kissed. We both love each other more than anything, but sometimes it can get lost in translation. He has also had to learn to be more vocally and physically affectionate. This is me right now. And your husband is a role model for people like me, because it's so freaking difficult. Even when she basically begs, it's just not easy. The fear is real. I just remind him. At first it was really depressing, because I wanted to be told I was beautiful and he missed me. But I didn't want to ask him, because then it isn't real. Or so I thought, but one of the big reasons my husband never said anything, because he thought it's fact that I am beautiful and he loves me, etc. So why would I need to hear it over and over? That would be annoying, right? He was thinking of it in terms of something like pointing out the sky is blue to me every day. I know that. I can see it and I am not stupid, so pointing it out to me would be insulting. When I explained to him that yes, rationally and logically I know I am attractive, I am smart, he loves me, etc. I know those things, but when I am having a bad day or just a regular day, hearing him say "I love you" or "X" made me think of you, because of why it makes everything a bit better and feel like the sun is shining just a bit brighter. So now he gets why I need to hear it, so he's improved on his own quite a bit. However, it still isn't natural to him. So when I leave him, I often say, "Remember to text me about how beautiful I am and how much you love me," though sometimes I will be overly dramatic and said, "Remember to text me later about how you can't breathe without me," because it's funny. He usually says "I'll try" and then later texts me some other nice thing, instead of exactly what I said. That way he gets the reminder and I still get positive feedback from him without having to beg for it. The kisses and hugs stuff he's gotten way better at on his own. I made it a rule that we never leave each other without kissing and hugging even if we are angry, because you never know if it could be your last. So it's automatic for him to kiss me and hug me when leaves and greets me. But I also will just say when I need a hug or a kiss. It's kind of like how you know your favorite treat tastes wonderful, but you still want to eat it. It's not about the knowing, it's about enjoying the experience. Being told you're beautiful, or whatever, by a loved one is a pleasant experience in and of itself, especially for people native to that particular love language. Having someone say, you know I love you, why do I need to say it, can be very like saying, why do you want chocolate cake? You already know what it tastes like. They do know, that's not the point. When you argue in front of someone, make sure that you apologize in front of them too. It helps people see that your relationship is not only arguments. This is especially true if you have children, as they need to see peaceful conflict resolution, and not just the conflict. That's a very good one. My in-laws got into an argument in front of my wife and I apologized about 5 minutes later. I had never really seen that. I guess that's why they've been married 30 years and my parents have been divorced for 20. Talk about money, how you spend it, what you owe, what you'd like to do with it. Keep each other accountable. Also, never ever belittle your partner, especially in front of other people, and speak up for your partner if they need it. Communicate constantly. I've seen 3 friends, family get married this past year and I'm amazed how money was obviously not spoken about in 2 of the 3 relationships. One couple is unable to get a house because the husband wasn't properly keeping track of his money that he makes through his business. The wife is now quietly furious with him about it all the time and takes shots at him whenever it comes up. The other couple has managed to get themselves into debt over their goddamn heads in the couple months they've been married. We're talking declare bankruptcy by next year kind of debt. Talk people, talk about every little thing. Be involved with your significant other. Even if you're married, never stop dating your spouse. Love is active. I love taking my wife out. I enjoy treating her and we both really enjoy going for a meal somewhere new. I recently decided to surprise her for her birthday by taking her to a restaurant I knew she wanted to go to, but she had dropped enough hints that I was worried it wouldn't be a surprise. So I booked a table at a different restaurant near to it, just to receive the email confirmation of the booking. Then I text her asking her to forward a work-related email to me, knowing she would accidentally see the booking and then I canceled that booking. Doing that meant we were able to get a taxi right up to the restaurant she really wanted to go to, with her believing we were going somewhere else. The element of surprise made her as happy as the meal itself. Stealing that. You smooth person. You can love a lot of people, but it doesn't mean you're meant to be with any of them. Definitely saved me from settling a few times. I'm a firm believer, and I've said this often, love is not enough. Compatibility, shared values, friendship, trust, responsibility, character, etc. matter way more than love, or well, I guess just as much. I love my wife, but I also respect her and trust her to do the right thing. We view the world similarly and so it's easy for us to make decisions and get along. When arguing, it's us versus the problem, instead of me versus you. Fight with your so, not against them. I've had this problem before. As a youngest sibling with older brothers who like to tease, I fight to win. That doesn't translate well with relationships. I have an older sister and it changed the way I argue so much. I don't argue for solutions, I argue to emotionally eviscerate the other person. I don't even care if my answer is right or wrong. Within a few minutes I have forgotten what the issue was and am trying as hard as I can to get the other person to drop those big old alligator tears of true emotional sadness. I would use the puppy principle. When you buy a puppy, people usually look for the one that is most happy to see you and jumps to lick you. Same for people. Date someone that when they see you, their eyes light up and get excited. Eyes are also one of the best communications of love. The way couples look at each is a good indication of their feelings. Work together. Never put your so down. Never manipulate them. Be honest with them. Love who you are so you can better love your so. Finally, don't stay with someone that doesn't look out for your best interest. Be with someone who helps you grow. Don't ignore red flags because of love. Help them if you can. Be fair to yourself and leave to protect yourself. Man, this is so true. I knew this girl and I could just tell when she was into me, and later when she wasn't. She never told me either way and I was too intimidated to ask, but I could totally tell. It was awesome when she was in and it sucked when she wasn't. Love is more so a decision than a feeling. At my parents' 50th anniversary, my dad said, there were times we didn't even like each other. A friend has a saying I like, love is an action verb. You have to show them you love them. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button and leave a comment which story you liked the most. Subscribe and hit the bell notification for updates on our latest videos. And don't forget to check the links in the description box for more awesome content.